So I typically don't come from a I don't come from a technical background, and I think now open source is becoming super diverse. We have people from different backgrounds, chemical engineering, and let's talk about electrical engineering, all those sort of things. But still, people have those doubts, and that's fine. If you feel challenging in the space of open source, that is very much fine, because there will be something out for you, and you probably need to explore that, and that is where you're facing that challenge. So personally, I felt this thing that when you begin in open source journey, people start saying that you have to contribute to open source projects, and the projects that they tell you is super super huge. So the proximity of you getting your PR merged, right, is a little low because you're just starting off your code contribution. So one thing I would say is that if you are very new to open source, or you're probably from not that background, that's completely fine. You can start off contributing from a different sort of manner, which is like contributing to documentation, or probably helping out the community. That is one way that I did. I tried understanding the concepts of the project and then helping out the people, and then eventually went on with the contribution part. So that is how you can, bring in the community as a part of a solution to that challenge that you're facing, because you're not from that background, or you're probably very new to the project. And also, I think, for the starting process, let's not pick the big open source projects, right? Because they have certain, I would say, rules and regulations and the way people are contributing to it. So I think if we can find out the projects which have some certain goals, but then yet they are small, right? We can probably contribute to them, and then eventually learn and understand how the open source projects actually work. Because these are also sort of planning on to become an organization, in the future. That's how open source projects are evolving. So that's my take on that.
I totally agree with Vanshika here. For me, I think my journey started with Google Season of Docs. That was the first time I got introduced to what is open source, and that this was back in 2019, I guess, when I was first introduced to the program as well. And it's very, I should say, it's very weird that it was so late in my career that I got introduced to open source, and I kept blaming why I didn't do this earlier. So the first thing I did when I was introduced to the program as well was I didn't just started as like I didn't want to contribute to a organization when I don't have experience. So what I did was I just opted for volunteering. So there with Google Season of Docs, this is one of the good things that there is a list of open source organizations who are participating in that program. So you can just look at their description, what they are doing, and if you feel connected with one of those organizations, you can just reach out to them and say, that, I'm interested in this, but I just want to volunteer. Can I just be a part of it? And they are very open. By the way, they are just so welcoming. All these organizations are extremely welcoming. So you can just connect with them with their platform, with their communication platform. And so I remember I was a part of the Good Docs project as my first open source project, and they create templates for anything and everything. So if you want to somehow create an API documentation and you just don't know where to start, you have that blank page anxiety, right? When you just see a blank page and you don't know how to start with it. So they were trying to overcome that blank page anxiety by creating templates of every sort, so that whenever anyone wants to create documentation, they have a first-hand template of sections built for them. So I started contributing with them, and that's how I got introduced to Glossary project, where I was introduced to a lot of scientists globally. I was working with them, getting to know their work, and then after 1 year of volunteering, last year I just opted for one of those Metanorma project. And I will tell you that not everyone has that experience. Even I didn't have any experience. I used to think, even while being a part of Metanorma project, I was thinking that I know so less, because I don't have a tech writing background as such. So I was thinking I don't know much. But when you start working with these organizations, the best part is that you learn so much and unlearn a lot as well. So there are a lot of myths that exist. So you just start unlearning those things and learn from the professionals who have been a part of these organizations for a long time. So this is one of the good things. And as Vanshika also quoted, that don't start with bigger projects suddenly. And I would also suggest that just be a volunteer to some project. Just observe, maybe not contribute, but just observe for first few days or months, and then you can start contributing. So yeah, that's my take on it.